Today we want to take a bit of a deeper dive into Etherscan.io. So first of all, we want to know that the blockchain doesn't lie and the blockchain doesn't forget. So everything that you do within the blockchain gets stored and is viewable later on. So that is what Etherscan is for, basically. It's an Ethereum blockchain explorer, like said here. Right here you can search for an ETH address, for a transaction hash, for a block, for a token, for an ENS address, whatever you want to do. For the ease of use, we're going to use my address, which is wemi.eth. So say hi on Twitter if you want to. And if we search that ENS name, we get this result for wemi.eth. Get the resolved address, which is my wallet address that I'm using with wemi.eth. We get an expiration date on which the ENS address is expiring, so happy sniping. And then we see who the registrant and the controller of the address is, which is the same address as the above. You can see down here that I originally registered the address for another wallet, and this is because I'm pretty dumb. I did it with my hot wallet and had to transfer everything to the cold wallet later on. So let's get started. To open the address, we just click on the resolved address in this example. What you also can do is you can just copy an address and then paste it into this search bar, or on the main site you can enter it here. And then you get the overview of what the wallet has done and what the transaction from that wallet were. So I want to keep this video fairly short and not too detailed, so I'm not going into everything in too much detail. If that is needed, you can DM me on Twitter or just hit the YouTube comments and let me know, and I will do another part of that video. First off, starting with Etherscan, you can always see the current Ethereum price and the actual GUI limit. So that would be a thing to track gas costs if you want to. And then if you search your wallet, you will get this type of overview, and then you can see some basics that the wallet has, right? You see the balance of the wallet, which is not much at the moment. You see the value of the wallet, which is also not that much at the moment. And then you see which tokens are in that wallet. Just click on the drop down here. You see that, for example, I got some ape coins in there, 40 at a course of 673 at the moment, and so on. Got some ENS address, Lazy Lions, Lazy Bungalows, Crypto Beers, Lazy Cups, Loopy Donuts, Moshis, OK Azukis, which I got gifted, thanks again, and a Sketchy Ape, and 2 Lazy Drinks. So if a wallet has some wrapped Ether in here, you will also be able to see that, so you can kind of scout a little bit if someone's making offers on your NFTs, and you can see what max WETH they could put out. But let's get to it, and the important part is really the transaction section right here. Before we jump into that, I just want to make you aware that there are some other categories to choose from, which are ERC20 tokens, which basically is the overview of ERC20 tokens that got traded, like ape coins or wrapped Ether in here. There's also a category for ERC721 tokens, which are basically all NFTs. And then there is the ERC1155 tokens, which is, some multi-token standard stuff. But back to the transactions for now. Okay, so we want to start with the method that hurts the most if you get scammed or if you got scammed. And this is set approval for all. If you just click on the transaction hash here on the left side on the blue link, you will get taken to the overview of the transaction. And then you will see something like this. You might not be able to work with this, but I will tell you how to use it in a second. What we can see here is obviously that the transaction was successful, which block the transaction was in, which timestamp the transaction was in, and what happened. What happened from wemi.eth to, this is a contract address. You can always just click the address of that contract, for example, then another tab gets opened and you see it's the Lazy Cups contract. More on that in a second. And then you see some other values like what was the cost in Ether and what was the transaction fee, the gas fee. Another quick tip here, if you just click on this you can switch this from the estimated transaction fee on the day of transaction to the current transaction fee, right? So this is helpful if you have transactions that were in the past, like this was 7 days ago. You can just click on the dollar value, and then it shows you the estimated transaction fee on the day of the transaction, which is a little higher than right now. Down here you can see what the Ether price was and what gas price was paid, but we don't want to pay too much attention to that. What we want to do is click on logs, and then we see something happened, or what happened in this transaction really. We set an approval for all, which I just said, and then we have like 2 topics here. We have the address owner, which is my wallet address, and we have the address operator, which can then transfer or sell the NFTs on our behalf. And the Boolean variable is approved, which means true basically, right? We set the approval that all NFTs from the Lazy Cup contract that we can click on here, Lazy Cup contract, can be approved not only from our wallet address, the upper one, but also from this one. So if you click this wallet address, you will get taken to the wallet, and this is the ownable delegate proxy, and this is the OpenSea proxy. So in this transaction, I set an approval for all, which you can see here, and this is the approval for OpenSea to sell Lazy Cups on my behalf. So I list a cup on OpenSea and someone wants to buy it, and obviously I need to give OpenSea the permission to fulfill that contract. And this we are needing the permission approval for all for OpenSea to be set before we can sell something. This set approval for all method is also the reason why most NFTs get stolen, because you're minting a malicious contract, and in that contract there's a set approval for all, not for OpenSea, not for LooksRare, which is okay and which is good to do if you want to sell those NFTs. But you're setting an approval for a custom wallet address that is usually controlled by scammers. Then they can transfer all your valuable assets to their wallet, and then they are selling them all. You know how it works. One more thing, if you want to check your approvals that you gave to your wallet, you can check my videos down in the YouTube archive I have a tutorial for the revoke.cash and for Etherscan IO token checker. So if you want to check how your wallet looks or what approvals you signed with your wallet, feel free to do and check the videos. So the next function I want to show is transfer, which is fairly easy. Something was transferred from Wimi to Can't Know, and this was 0.1 Ether. Again, we can just switch from the current value to the estimated value on day of transaction, which was a little higher than right now. You see the transaction fee, and you see what gas price was used at the moment that the transaction was made. And yeah, basically you just see here that 0.1 Ether was transferred from Wimi to can'tknow.eth. Then we have the mint public function, which is also used as mint allow list sometimes. I will take a look at the mint public function, and here you can see basically the same like in the other transaction. You can see that the status has a success, which block it was, when it was, what was done in the transaction. This was a mint of a Lazy Cup to my wallet address. The token ID was 3396. Wimi ETH interacted with the contract. If you click this one, you get taken to the Lazy Cups purchase manager, and Wimi.eth minted the token ID 3396, right? Price was 0.1 ETH and transaction fee paid was 0.0187. To dive a little bit deeper into the tokens, you could just click on the token ID in the brackets, either here or down here. So if you just click on the 3396 here, we get taken to another tab. Here we can click on view NFT on the down right side, and then we have some options to open it on marketplaces like on OpenSea or LooksRare or on X2, Y2. Just to click on LooksRare, it opens in the Lazy Cups official collection, and you see it's owned by Wimi, which is my wallet. Another quick explanation is the cancel multiple maker orders. If we click on this one, we just see that I canceled NFT listings on LooksRare, which is basically removing a listing that was live with paying a small gas fee, like you can see here, $2.66, to remove that listing from LooksRare because I made my mind up that I don't want to sell, or the floor price has risen, or whatever your reasoning might be. Another transaction that I just want to highlight is this one. There was a transfer from Binance 15 to Remi.eth, which is obviously the exchange I used to put some Ether into the wallet, so you can always see if you use exchanges where the money came or went from, which is a good thing if you might be tracking some scammers or something like that. On to the last method I want to show for today, which is atomic match. We click on this transaction hash, we get taken here, and here we can see that the transaction action was an NFT was sold on OpenSea. The transfer of the Lazy Lion token from this address to this address, which is mine, and I bought this NFT from the Lazy Lions for 1.1 Ether back then. And you can see the contract that was interacted with, which is the OpenSea Ribbon exchange, which I explained earlier, that the person gave the permission to OpenSea to fulfill the contract on their behalf to just, sell the NFT to me. That's the whole thing about a smart contract, right? You have two participants, and if the two terms from the sides, like he asked for 1.1 ETH, and I was willing to pay the 1.1 ETH for the NFT, if those two match and if they are fulfilled, then the transaction gets executed. So this was done in this case. And down here you can see again that 1.1 ETH is worth 2,100-ish right now. And back in the day it was $3,277. One more quick tip I want to add is the comments function on Etherscan. If you click on here, obviously there's nothing in it right here, right now. But if you are ever in doubt of a wallet, or if you have seen some suspicious activity going on in there, it might be worth to check the comments to see if there are some comments that people are claiming that this wallet belongs to a scammer or something like that. Might help out, so be careful guys, stay safe, and on to the next one.